Hello, writers. Today we are going to start drafting. So this is where we're going to tell the story beginning, middle, and end. You've lived with your idea for a bit and you've collected important information. Now you're ready to create a draft that tells your story in a clear and organized way so that it makes sense to your readers. You are going to be typing on a Google Doc. There's no need to get fancy with fonts and different colors. Let's just keep it basic. And so we're just going to write the story one page at the time. First, read over your entry and decide what you want to include in your draft. Once you've made this decision, you're ready to get organized. In Saturdays and Tea Cakes, Lester Laminack has a clear story structure that demonstrates beginning, middle, and end. This structure allows readers to easily understand and follow the sequence of the events. We feel time pass from the beginning when he gets on his bicycle, to the middle where he sits in Mama's kitchen, to the end where he pedals back home. What words in Lester's story show the transition or the movement of time from one event to the next? On the slide, there's a list of some of the transition words and phrases that you might use. Words and phrases like after all of that, along the way, an hour later, before long, finally, immediately, in the meantime, not long after. You get the idea. These are words and phrases that will move us beyond first, next, then, and last. So these are some higher level transition words and phrases that you could use in your story to organize the beginning, middle, and end. On the last page, Lester concludes the story by writing his thoughts. It's as if he's speaking to his grandmother. Lester brings us along on his journey to experience everything he did with his grandmother every Saturday. Now it's your turn to think how you want your story to go. Look at your list from yesterday, your Let's Get Organized list. You might want to label things B or M or E. B for beginning, M for middle, E for end. And you might want to put those little highlights or something on your paper to kind of indicate, yes, I really want this, or this needs to be more in the middle. So you might need to look at your organizing sheet and decide what things are truly middle, what things are truly ending, or what things are beginning. All right, so another thing that you want to think about when you're writing your draft is that you might not be able to put every single thing that happened. You want to think about the details that the readers are going to be most interested in. For example, on my camping trip, a reader might not want to know how long it took me to pack the car and every single thing that I put in the back of the car. But the reader would be interested in the boys playing tag with flashlights. I think that would be something I would keep because that's more important to the idea of we were camping. A lot of times writers will write about the drive to the place or the drive home. This too can get a little tedious for the reader. What we want to know is what you did when you went to the place or what you were doing at the event, not really how you got there or how you got home. Speaking of getting home, that's another thing that writers in fourth grade tend to do. They tend to end the story with, and then we got home. or then we went home. And that's not really the kind of ending we're looking for in this kind of story. You want to end with a big feeling or a big thought about how the whole trip went. So think about that in your writing as you're drafting today. Start with your beginning, and then maybe tomorrow work on your middle, and then on Monday you could work on your ending. And then we may have a few extra lessons for revising and editing. We'll just see how our drafts are ending up. So good luck writing today. If you have questions, you can come to the Zoom and have your questions answered, or share your questions, or share your writing with other fourth grade writers to see how you're doing. So you can have a little check-in through Zoom if you want to. If you have someone at home that can look over your writing, then you're welcome to do that too. Good luck, writers, and I can't wait to read your drafts.